Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Randy. We are doing yet another one build, 1 week video, or one week, one build? I don't remember what I'm technically calling it. Anyways, we are building a very special character, and I intentionally chose her. Simply put, because I really need her built more for Spiral. Because I need the Primo Gems, okay? Have y'all not seen the banners that's coming up? I really want Venti. I'm fighting the urge to get Shalonin, then Columbina, or Varka. Like, just, there are too many characters that I want to pull for, so we need to do better at the Spiral Abyss. And one way that we can do it is by building up the Dendro Archon herself. My, in fact, very lucky character, because she is C1. Now, when I was pulling for Nahida on the last time she ran, which was with Lalma, Nahida was my very first double. I lost a 50-50 to Chi-Chi, and everyone says I will make an entire separate video for Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is my lucky charm. So whenever I lose to Chi-Chi, good things always happen, whether it be I get early pulls, usually, and now I get C1 Dendro Archon, so it's fine. So this is how my Nahida is looking. She is currently level 62, EM up 374. Honestly, I don't know if there are any stats that are like good other than EM. Like everything that I've seen has just been like get her on EM. I run her on sac frags, which I think if I get this to level 90, it does better than the Aetherlight Spindaloot. And if you watch the Eva video and you're wondering, why is he on this piece and not his map of Mara? I switch pieces around when I'm trying to run a character, and she is on a 4-piece Deepwood memory set. I could honestly put anything here, but I don't have a lot of EM. But what's even worse is all of her pieces suck. Here's the thing. This is a good piece. There's no EM. Again, like everything that I've seen, put her on EM and none of my... This piece, I'm sorry, is awful. I hate this piece so much. It's literally all I have. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say this. I did that wrong. Because I need to run her on the Deepwood, because I run her on an Out-of-Hyzen team. Like, none of my Deepwood pieces... Like, this could be good, but it's HP it's not main stat. It's a substat, and I need a main stat. And this is literally just there to give her 4-piece. Honestly, this piece will probably go on Yao Yao. And then I literally have nothing here. So, artifacts definitely need to be taken care of. Again, C1. Shoutouts to Chi-Chi. And her talents are 3, 5, and 4. So, the goal is going to be, as always, get her up to the final ascension, 80, 90. If I can get her above that, that would be great, but I'm not aiming for that. Also, I want to get her sac frags up to level 90, get all of her skills, all of her talents, not skills, up to level 6, and I want to update her Deepwood pieces. Honestly, I think we can do more than that because there's actually like a event coming out or something where like you get double pieces or something like that. So, this is also the team that she's on. She is on an Out-of-Hyzen team because again, that is the team that I run him on. So let's head over to Masanori. I think I know where he is. Which one is he at, this one or this one? I used to have this I think it's this one because because it's got this patch here. I used to run this because I struggled with it all the time, and now it's a really good way to kind of just see where you're at. How I have my rotation is actually probably different than how most people do it. I should probably actually run her after Shinobu, but Shinobu has 822 EM, which is probably where Nahida should be at. So I do run her second. I have not fought Masanori in a hot minute, so... Wait, hold on. I don't fight him enough. I don't know. First down. Yeah. Look at our numbers. Again, I know Nahida is not supposed to be like our like go-getter in terms of like damage, but again, there we go. I don't know, did anyone get that time? We didn't do it quickly, but let's get to building. So starting out, I started Monday in the weapon domain because the biggest thing was getting sack frags leveled up as much as possible just to get as much EM on her since our artifacts don't have much. And yes, I run his on 4-piece VV with the Thrilling Tales for Flins. And fortunately, during this week, that there were the double drops. So that's kind of just what I did, is I just did those 3. And I was able to get sack frags all the way up to level 60 without having to craft anything. Actually 70. Then went to craft. And Risley came through in clutch, as always. And I was actually able to get an extra gold. And so we were able to get sack frags all the way up to level 70. I did go ahead and put this Wanderer's hat on Nahida. She doesn't need attack, but I needed the EM. So I'm kind of just getting it however I can. One thing that I did notice with this past week and building Nahida, I did not have as much Mora. Like, I was having to actively go and do Mora ley lines. And usually it was just, oh, okay, I would have to do, like, the XP ones, which makes sense. Like, finding those isn't going to be all that common. But I was doing Mora ley lines, too. And this fight did take me a little bit longer because I couldn't use Hyper Bloom because of the fungal spores that Nahida does need. So, like, I couldn't do anything with that. But with all the extra more, I was able to finish ascending sack frags all the way up to level 80. Now this, I honestly tried doing the Dendro Hypostasis fight so many times without Mofrika. And I actually did test runs to see how long it would take. So in the Flins team, it took about 5 minutes. In this Adahaizen team, it took 5.5 minutes for me to beat this thing. Again, my DPS wasn't anything. Moving on to more Mora ley lines. And it is... No, I don't think it's the next day. I did decide to do one Deepwood artifact run. I believe it was with the transient resin that I used this with. Because again, we really need to get some EM base stat, main stat pieces for Nahida. Because we have one bad one that I just don't want to level up anymore. And I need to get my runs down to like 30 seconds, but I'm like, anytime I get it under a minute. So yeah, using the one transient resin that I get extra, went ahead, ran Deepwood, and nothing good. Next day, we are back in the weapon domain, getting the double drops, and we got a gold! And then we're back in the Dendro Hypostasis. This time I ran Raiden, and this went a lot faster. And I was able to get the run down to 3.5 minutes. Again, I'm trying to do everything I can to not run Mavuika, okay? I don't think I also ever got a 4-drop doing this. Then I went back to my roots, pulled out my Shinyan maining days, and this was actually faster than Raiden at 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Went back to crafting. And then I've used all my resin. And we are able to get sack frags all the way up to max ascension, except I have no money. So back to more ley lines we go. I don't understand why it took so many, like, I don't know where my Mora was. Like, I just had none. So I had to do so many more ley lines. It's I usually don't do this many, but I probably should start doing ley lines more. But with that, we got sack frags up. And now Hell, which is collecting all the Calipolata lotuses. These wouldn't be so bad if they weren't hanging off the sides of the cliff. So you either have to use Nahida to get them from a distance, or you just catch them while you're falling. And then half the time you're like, wait, where is this? Because it's like kind of cliffs and stuff like that. So it's like, what edge is it? As much as I hated collecting the sub-detection units for Risley, I think maybe these lotuses are the worst thing. They're not hard. It's just the issue that they are the most annoying things to get. And I'm sure I'll do another build video in which it's like, no, these are the collection things that are the worst to get. But fortunately, not only are we building Nahida, but, you know, Nahida just makes collecting these, like, bearable. And we have one more spot. And I actually did, I believe, clear out my entire map of these. Fortunately, I didn't have to go into co-op. But still, it's like... Also, too, sometimes I'm never able to tell, like, how... Am I too far? Am I not? I don't know. Honestly, the more I think about it, I feel like Aoife's went a little bit easier. But... Again, I don't know if it was the Mora or something else, or did I just have more? Like, I genuinely don't remember. Just, I'm kind of thinking in hindsight because it takes a while to get these lotuses because they're a pain. But just thinking back, I don't remember being like, I don't know if I'm going to have enough Mora to do this or am I going to have enough to do that. I genuinely was like, oh yeah, there's something down here. And instead, it's the Wanderer mushroom, or as I end up calling it way too much, the Rucata Devata mushroom. I don't know why I call it this, but I do. The grind never ends for these lotuses, I swear. But we finally got them all, and now we are able to start building up Nahida's talents. So this is ingenuity. I believe hers is. Gosh, I should have wrote that down, and then I never did. But I'm actually, instead of running Shinobu, I'm actually running Dori because Shinobu has level 10 friendship, which I didn't think about. The fact that Xingqiu is level 80 with friendship level 10. But we're still on double drops, so we did get quite a bit. So we're able to get these leveled up pretty well for ingenuity, and we're able to get the skill up to level 6 and the burst up to level 5 and the normal attack up to level 5. And Nahida's up to level 70 now, and we're doing more boss runs and more ley lines, because again, I just had no money and I don't know what happened. But we are one boss run away, and we're back at more talents because the talent grind does not end. Also, too, going in and just doing 3 at a time, while it may feel a little bit pointless, it's like I should have just used all my resin. But like, all the domains were open, and it's like, I didn't have that pressure of like, oh, I have to do this day, I have to do this another day. And I guess, too, that's probably the other thing, is I was able to focus on other stuff, instead of just being like, every day doing a little bit in talents or weapon or whatever. But like, the double drop were really nice. Also, I use Layla for ingenuity because I actually don't need any more of the green books, so I just kept it. Then I finally pulled out Mavuika to fight the Dendrohypostasis. I actually learned that you could clear those things, and technically running Mavuika was the fastest at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Still very slow, but it's fine. Did another artifact run, I believe. And we didn't even get the set we needed. New day, back into talents and ingenuity. Again, I think kind of only having to do 3 at a time really helped. And I finally remembered to take Xingqiu off the team if I'm going to be running for friendship, because he doesn't need friendship. And we finally hit the last Dendrohypostasis we needed. And then I switched back to Layla because I did not need... Oh wait, no, I switched to Xingqiu so I could maybe get that 1 bonus. Then it's time to craft everything into the gems and not have enough. But don't worry, we got her attack up to level 6. Now, I could have continued to run the Dendrohypostasis, but one thing that I've been trying to do is, instead of running the same boss over and over that drops the same element, so like the Dendrohypostasis, only Dendro characters need it, and they're only going to drop Dendro. Instead of running that, I tried finding any character, any boss that drops a different gem than what the character that you fight them for needs. So this is Kachina's boss. Might be Kenichi's too, I'm not sure. Anyways, he only drops Dendro. And at the very least, I only have Kachina on my team, so I was like, I do not need to run this for Kachina. So I was like, I'll just go ahead and stockpile some of these up and get the Dendro crystals as we need. So in case you're wondering why I'm not just continually running the Dendrohypostasis and spending 3 minutes doing that every time, yeah, no, I moved on to the big Pokemon. Genshin Snorlax, if you will. And again, and we're back to doing more ley lines because I needed books so bad. I did so many books, and maybe I just didn't show this in Aoife's video. But yeah, even with all the books, still only 77. And now we got her up to 79. I probably did more ley lines in between, or I did quest. I don't recall. It's been a while. But Nahida is finally ascended up to 80. And now it's time to continue to run the Deepwood memories and not get a single EM piece. Because let's be honest, that's just my luck. I know they're hard to find, but I'd rather have, I believe, the Deepwood set on her as opposed to all the EM. We finally got an EM piece. And it's time for strong boxing. I kind of wanted to show the pieces that I was hooding in, mainly so y'all could yell at me and say, what are you doing? That's a good piece. I think I did just throw out a... No, wait, I didn't throw out a Mualani piece. It would have been good, but it's HP and not crit. And I, spend way too much time because I think I was actually debating it as I was doing this of, should I get rid of this? I'm not sure. But I've gotten to the point where I'm like, at the very least, if it rolls 2 flat stats, I try to just get rid of it unless it is something for a character that's very niche. But especially Gladiator and Wanderers, like if there are multiple flat stats, those pieces are always going to be off pieces. So even if it has like ER or EM, if it then has like flat attack, flat defense, all that, it's just not worth it. And we got some decent pieces, not great pieces, but pieces. And we do another run. More strong box and nothing. And nothing again. Oh, one more time. Oh, and this is when I get the crit rate circlet. So I actually don't even put this on Nahida. It's actually on someone else because Nahida doesn't need crit rate. But we still have this gross EM piece that I hate because it's just not good, and I contemplate switching it off so I could just get rid of it. I actually run this Dendro damage bonus on Nahida because it has the EM, and I'm like, at least the Dendro does something, and then it rolled EM. And then it stopped, so I gave up on it. Okay, it is a few weeks later. And I didn't forget necessarily about this video. I kind of forgot that I was like, I need to edit that. In good old-fashioned me. However, that being said, we've had a few changes because I forgot that I had to film an aftermath. So Sacrifax is now R2 because of the standard banner. Also, her artifacts did get changed up, I think, a little bit. Now, it shouldn't be much to affect it. Because, like, I think this was on her originally. I basically, as I switched stuff around, I was switching stuff to improve Kale and Yao Yao's builds. I still have this ugly piece on her that I hate. But outside of that, nothing has changed. I have not touched any of her skills. But a couple other things have happened. I changed one of Xingqiu's pieces. I think he was on this piece before. So it's like a slight bit of a change. It is an improvement. But the other thing that I did, I crowned Adahaizen's skill because here's the thing. I was like, oh, okay, I need to do the before and after video. However, I did not think about the fact that she's mainly a support character. She is enhancing whoever's on field, particularly Adahaizen in this situation. But we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do the comparison, and I want to try to run her in Spiral. I want to see if I can beat that stupid crab on floor 12 because I still have a bit. Wait. When does it reset? Okay, it resets in 2 days. I think actually that's going to be right. We have right until this video gets uploaded. Okay. Let's see where her skills are. I don't know why you have... Is it because I'm not fighting him daily that I have to do that? So we need to see. This is what her skill is without anything. It is gone up like 300 cents. 5,000, which has gone up a lot more, but again, that could be just from this. So... Shoot! Okay, honestly, okay, so we've seen a massive improvement Hold on. Let me leave and come back. Where is he at? Okay. So we've seen a massive improvement, at least in Nahida's numbers. Without any elements, like on her own, she's doing about twice the amount of damage. Going from 1,000 to 5,000 damage with the Hyper Bloom on. Oh my gosh. And it looked like Adahaizen's numbers went down. Oh my god, wait, did we just do 20k? Okay, I think I saw 36k. See, here's the thing, is all of Adahaizen's numbers, at least for his skill, kind of go quickly together. So it's kind of hard, and that's kind of the issue that I'm having, is it's just hard to see the numbers. Because it's just, they go so quickly. So anyways, we beat Masanori. I think that was faster. But again, I crowned his skill. I fixed up Xingqiu a little bit. So that, again, I don't fully know how I know how elemental mastery works. But I don't know to the extent, oh, okay, it takes this, I don't know the calculations for it. But ultimately, in the end, we got her up from, I think, 200 to 300 to 600. With 2 pieces of EM. 2 EM pieces that aren't even built. Feathers and flowers that don't even have EM on them. Again, not the most perfect build in the world for Nahida. But EM pieces are just hard to find. Let's run her in Abyss, and then I'll kind of talk about my final thoughts. Because this one was a lot different than the Aoife video, which is weirdly surprising. Okay, this is... I'll be shocked if we get to the second half. Because I've had no luck when it comes to this stupid crab and dealing with its bullshit. Okay? I really haven't. But we'll see if we can do God, that is the most... Wait! Oh, shit! After 2 attempts. And the bad thing is, it wasn't even oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. I messed up rotations. It was, oh wait, character builds. Okay. Now, I did realize something. Aino could work really well with, I forgot this is how you do it. Because, the thing is, I have to use... I don't care. Oh, you piece of shit.
私のお家にいらっしゃい。
雨描きがたし。この件はわかるかい？
覚えたわよ。はい。水遊びの時間だ。
ほら、目を閉して。
Okay, I'm doing better than I usually do. Like, I will say that. Oh god, I don't think I have anyone on the team that heals. This is like the one downside of not running Yehoda on this and not having Yehoda built. Shit. I think she... Wait, I don't... I think Shinsho heals, but I don't recall if he's just like a solo healer. I think he's a self-healer. Look, I'm gonna say this. This is further than I've ever gotten. Oh my god. I don't care that I did not get like I only got 2 stars in that one. The fact that I even got anywhere. Let's see what this crack team does. Quit running away from the circle, you stupid bitch. And I know for everyone saying that I should not be using Risley as a main when I have Movuika. The one thing that I am glad about is she doesn't do well on field. This might be the closest I don't even care if I don't get stars in this. I just realized I don't know the state of the Wait, I have Capellius. Like, that's the thing is, like... God, I've always hated fighting these fuckers. Always hated fighting them. Okay. We're not even gonna use that. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely am not sure what to say in the outro because I've already tried filming this once and I kind of just went all over the place. I had a lot of fun building Nahida. I do enjoy her playstyle. It's a little bit hard to kind of talk about characters like her because they're fully supports. I'm sorry, Nahida, sit back down. I didn't mean to get you to stand up. I think it's a little bit awkward because she's a limited 5-star character. So like I can't say, "Oh, you should build her if you have her," because you have to make the conscious effort to get her. Like no matter how many times people say that they're building pity on a banner, like you have to make the conscious decision to pull on the banner to get Nahida. Like it's not a 50-50 loss, it's not a 4-star. Like you have to make the conscious effort to pull for her. I think definitely like she has a lot of use, and I think if you are the kind of person that likes building Dendro, she could definitely be useful. Sure, like, you know, as we continue on and, you know, more faction things come up, it might be a little bit hard to play her because it just depends on what happens with Sumeru characters. But I think, honestly, like, she's not... I don't want to say she's easy to build because I still don't have enough EM on her. But I think it's not too much because, again, you're focusing on one thing. And honestly, if you can just get a 4-piece Deepwood on her, then you can go from there and make them EM pieces and make them good, like, pieces, as opposed to just being like, oh, okay, this is a thing that is on her. But I think, honestly, like, again, just building her up, like, her damage, honestly, like, 5 times itself. Going from using her skill to using her skill in a Hyper Bloom, even before, times it by, like, 6 or 7. Yeah, it's a little bit over 7 times the damage. And then we went from, like, 1,500 to, like, 5,000 damage. And again, minimal changes to Xingqiu and Shinobu. I did technically try to run her in Spiral for this round with the crab. I will say, the team actually did defeat her. I did run Flynn's Hyper Bloom team. It did take a while. I didn't even finish the floor because the second half was just a cracked team altogether. I think I'm just doomed to never get floor 12. I don't know what it is. It's probably a skill issue. But I hope you guys still enjoyed anyways. I think this is definitely a series that I want to continue because I'm going to be honest. I said this in the IFA video. I have a lot of characters that I want to build. And I have a lot of characters that I want to make videos building. So if y'all want to see any of this, definitely let me know in the comments what characters you want to see me build. Again, I have some that I already want to build, but as I get new characters, I kind of want to just continue to build them. And I mean, that's essentially what I need to do, is just build as many characters as I can, you know, whether it be for Imaginarium or Spiral or anything of the sort. I do have another one planned out that I will be working on and getting to y'all soon. So, if you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. I do have a special video planned for 100 subscribers. I just hit 50 not too long ago, so thank you to anyone who subscribes, and, you know, by all means, like, join the chaos. Again, I do the Genshin videos kind of sporadically, even though right now I'm kind of giving myself a break and just uploading a bunch of character quests and hangout quests and things like that. But we'll get back to LP content and making more Genshin build videos like this in the future. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.